welcome back to Bloom. Everyone, and I mean everyone, is talking about the ketogenic or the keto diet. It offers a broad range of applications, and at the University of South Florida here in Tampa, Dr. Dominic D Agostino leads the research on keto nutrition. Doctor, welcome. This is like if I had a hot button I could push for a hot button topic, it would be keto. Before we get into your science, for people that have a broad idea of what it is and it might be the wrong idea, when we're talking about consuming a ketogenic diet, what does that mean?
That's a diet that's high in fat, moderate in protein. It's not high protein, people think it is, and it's very restricted in carbohydrates typically, especially starches and sugars, but not so much veggies, which can be incorporated into the diet.
Why were you drawn to and interested in researching the ketogenic diet?
Yeah, I was funded by the Office of Navy Research, and they are interested in developing protocols to prevent oxygen toxicity seizures that limit Navy SEAL divers. And anti-seizure drugs did not seem like a viable strategy considering the side effects. And I recognized that the ketogenic diet, I took nutrition when I was in college, but didn't recognize that the ketogenic diet was actually a medical diet for epilepsy and other seizure disorders. So I kind of, studied to repurpose the ketogenic diet as an anti-seizure neuroprotective strategy for military operations. And
now you're sort of well into your research, you've learned a lot about it. For the general public, what are sort of the major benefits that they would have if they transferred to sort of a ketogenic diet?
Yeah, so the ketogenic diet is a medical diet. So you need to work with, if you're using it for a medical purpose, even weight loss, even type 2 diabetes, which it can be very effective for, I would advise to work with a registered dietitian, an RD.
Can I just high five you on that point?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, good.
So
if you're out there watching,
really
yes, okay.
Yeah, because you could have pre-existing medical conditions like pancreatitis or liver disorders or kidney stones or things like that, where a ketogenic diet could cause some problems potentially, or a fat intolerance. So you want to work with your medical doctor and partner with a registered dietitian to formulate the diet. There are many books out there. Our website, KetoNutrition.org, has doctors and consultants and books on there. But one way to go about doing it is just to simply restrict your carbohydrates. And as you restrict your carbohydrates, your sugars and starches, your body becomes more adapted to burning fat as fuel. And that sort of increases your, what we call metabolic flexibility, and allows you to basically function in this higher fat burning state. And that offers many advantages as far as, neurocognitive effects, suppressing, fluctuations in blood glucose, more energy, things like that. But there's a lot of resources out there, but it typically means just restricting carbohydrates to less than 100 grams a day, and you start to feel some benefits.
A lot of people saying keto diet, I can eat all sort of the red meat and everything I want. What would be an example of, say, a well-balanced dinner? I know you've been following this diet for 10 years, so what's sort of a well-balanced dinner for someone?
Yeah, well, my dinners typically, if I want to go to last night, did include a piece of grass-fed steak. Steak from grass-fed animal, a salad, and then a side of broccoli or asparagus.
So you're getting those vegetables in, which are important, and you still have meat, but that's just not 100% protein-based, like you said. It's you've got to focus on those good for us, or fats as well.
Absolutely. Like, no processed carbs and sugars really do not fit into the diet. Essentially, what you can do is replace sugars and starches with veggies. And ideally, if those veggies are in a raw form, like in salads, they become very non-glycemic, or a minimal impact on your glucose and insulin, and that favors sort of a metabolic profile that shifts you into ketosis better. As
an expert, would you say that this is a panacea for weight loss?
No, I think it's a powerful tool in the toolbox. A lot of people have really no problem losing weight, but maintaining that weight once they've lost it. And the ketogenic diet has appetite suppressing effects just by virtue of moderating fluctuations in blood glucose and suppressing insulin. And it becomes a tool not only for weight loss, but a well-formulated ketogenic diet that has a good variety of foods can be important for weight maintenance and keeping that weight loss once you get off, because you actually do lose cravings for sugars and sweets, and that's really the critical
which is
weak
beneficial
link
for so many of those
people.
sort of chronic conditions. Well,
Absolutely.
thank you. I know your research is
Yeah.
really exciting. Hopefully we'll get to have you and your wife back to talk
That would be
more about
fantastic.
all the applications of ketogenic diet outside of weight loss. But if you would like to find out more information, you can visit these websites, www.KetoNutrition.org and www.KetoNutrition-Technologies.com. Thank you, doctor. That was fascinating.
Thanks
and
for
we'll
having
be back when we have more Bloom right after this.